Hey y'all, it's Jess from Sunflower Dairy. Today I'm out here going through the garden and I'm going to do another garden tour for you today. So lots of things are still growing like crazy. We are in zone 5B, 6A. So a lot of the stuff that we're growing right now, if you're in our growing zone, you most likely can be growing that kind of stuff in your garden as well. And anytime we're planting anything, if you're in that growing zone, you can be planting that stuff at the same time and you'll be able to have enough time to grow that stuff in your garden before your frost. Because if you're in the same growing zone, then everything should be comparable as far as what's growing in your garden and what's growing in our garden. So if this is the first time you've seen our videos, I like to do a weekly video of what's growing in our garden, what we're harvesting, what we're planting. Alright, let's get started on this garden. So we're going to head over here to the main garden. Lots of beautiful things growing right now. This here is our main garden, and as you can see that there is a bench right here in the garden. I say every garden should have a place where you can just sit and just be there in your garden and enjoy it, because if you're not out there enjoying your garden, then it's going to be harder to go out in your garden if you're not enjoying it. So make sure you have a spot in your garden to sit and enjoy the beauty of your garden. Take time to plan out how your garden's going to look, where you're going to plant things, how things are going to be. And when you're just out there working in your garden all the time and you're not actually just taking time to spend out there and enjoy the actual beauty of your garden, it's going to make it harder to be out in your garden. So make sure you have a spot where you can be out in your garden enjoying all of the beauty of your garden. Alright, bring you over here to the garden. So many beautiful things growing. We've got some sunflowers up here growing. Mammoth sunflowers, see they're starting to flip over. Then we have all of these. These are different kinds of string beans. There's green, purple, hot pink. There's like yellow with purple stripes. There's green with pink stripes. All kinds of different string beans in here. Walking over this way, I planted these beautiful little flowers. These are actually edible, and you can do all kinds of things with them. So many people use these for decorating, eating. People will put these on salads. These are really beautiful. I've seen some people also make jam out of these. Also, the weather is cooling down, so dahlia flowers love it when the weather starts cooling down. Not a freeze, but dahlias like colder weather to bloom. So the dahlias, once we were in the heat of the summer, they kind of stopped blooming, but as you can see, just look at that bloom. It's almost bigger than my hand. And then it's getting another bloom here as well. Alright, going into the garden here. This trellis is really filling out really well with different kinds of string beans. You have these beautiful striped green beans. And there's also quite a few different varieties in here. You have these purple ones. I'm letting these go to seed so I can plant these for next year. There's a whole lot of these striped ones in here to harvest. And then just look at this flower. Look at the beautiful, man. I'm gonna bring you over and show you this fall garden bed over here. See right here we have, these are sweet potatoes around the corners, and then in the center here we've got kale and Swiss chard. There's beets in there, rutabagas. I also have some radishes around the corners in between the sweet potatoes. So all kinds of things growing in this little fall bed. Over here around the corner there's all kinds of onions growing in through here, and we have a whole bunch of peppers. And then there's all kinds of tomatoes in there as well. Grab a bunch more of these green beans here. These are one of my favorites. The green variety with the purple stripes. These are really good. Over here, this is a fall garden bed that I planted. This has cilantro, there's some cauliflowers in here, there's dill in here, there's kale in here. Over on this side, that's all lettuce in through there. Over here, this is another fall garden bed. So I've been harvesting these onions because all their green have died off. So I'm harvesting all these onions. And then I have all kinds of bok choy. There's kohlrabi in here. There's cauliflower and broccoli. All those cold weather crops in here. Gotta let you all check out. Alright, remember the noodle beans? There's one officially as long as my arm. Take a look at that. That's pretty crazy. Red noodle beans. If you haven't grown them, they're pretty cool. So go ahead, plant some seeds. They're something you definitely want to see. Over here we got all the cucamelon vines growing like crazy. Look at all these cucamelons. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cucamelons all in a row right there. Never seen a cucamelon. Looks like a watermelon mixed between a melon and a cucumber. It has a hint of citrus. Really good. All right. A lot of the lettuce is starting to bolt that was planted this summer. So letting this bolt, and then I'll collect seed from this for my lettuce next year. I already have my lettuce planted for my fall lettuce, so I already have my other round of lettuce growing, so it's okay that this is bolting. Over here I have another fall garden bed, and these are Brussels sprouts. And check this out, all already. See all these little baby Brussels sprouts? Look at that little guy. Oh, there's so many. And we have some dino kale growing. Ooh, take a look at Dahlia. Look at this dahlia. So beautiful. Going over here. Rhubarb coming back, growing like crazy in the garden. Getting ready to harvest this for my second round of rhubarb for the year. A whole bunch of more fall crops. Dino kale, Swiss chard, marigolds in here. There's rutabagas, all kinds of flowers, edible flowers in here. Over this way, we still have some really beautiful Black Beauty tomatoes growing. Feel good in here. Take a look at all these zinnias still growing. So many zinnias over here. All these different ones. There's also some amaranth growing there in the back. Really beautiful. Alright, let's head over to the second garden. Lots of stuff growing over in the second garden still. Just wait till you see all of this. Still lots of tomatoes. Growing. Look at all of these cherry tomatoes still growing. Look at these crazy marigolds. These are some of the tallest. Look how tall these marigolds are. Crazy. Over here, still a ton of cabbages. Our raspberries are starting to go like crazy. These are our gold raspberries. Really beautiful, really good raspberry. There's another mammoth sunflower tipping over from being so heavy. I have a whole bunch of sunflowers over here. All the corn in the back. That's all growing like crazy. Alright all, that's all for today. Thank you for coming on the garden tour. Thanks for watching. Have a blessed day.